that watches this stream. So I
In here, it's going to switch back to DPS. So remember, the boss has a frontal cleave, so do not be on the tanks. I believe the tanks are trying to point him towards the outside wall. Correct me if I'm wrong, tanks. Healers, that AoE damage and dot situation is just to heal through it. Flame Rift is going to mark a bunch of random players with, like, I think it's a circle and a chevron. We want to stand near the old fire puddles because it's going to spawn a fire puddle and then spawn an ad. We want to keep the fire away from where we have been. Did we go this way last time, Chinny, right? Counterclockwise?
I think so.
Counter, yes.
I think so. Okay. So we'll put the fire, if we're facing the center now, to the left, and we'll move to the right. Put the fire near the old fire, not the way we're going.
Question.
Yes, Theodore.
Normally, over there by where my quests are, I get the bosses. I don't have him there tonight.
They're not engaged yet, so that.
Yeah, we haven't engaged yet, so it's not going to show up until we.
Okay, that's what I wondered. I was just wondering if I had something going haywire.
And then at 100%, so we need to make sure we take the fire puddles over to the previous fire puddles, kill the ads as quickly as we can, CC, kite, kill them, all the things. And then at 100% energy, he's going to do the Army of Flame and Pulsing Flame, which is raid damage, and the Ring of Ads, little fire elementals that surround us. We are going to kill whatever is kind of like right in front of us facing the outside, probably like one to the left, so that we have room. You need to not get hit by the fire ring. It will insta-kill you, so melee in particular, make sure you're backing up, range stay back towards the center. As soon as the ad dies, we funnel through the opening to safety. Question.
So tank is fine.
Is what
Absolutely.
we thought was going to happen, but what really happened was.
When's hero?
Right at the start?
Good
Works
start.
for
Perfect.
me. Yeah.
Have y'all
Once the
killed
tank's
this one
in
before?
position. Yes, last Tuesday.
Oh. Don't we
It's
know
the
how?
first boss of the raid. You were sick at the time.
That's what I said though, but y'all know how.
5, 5, 4, 4.
I mean,
2, 2.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, we kill it.
A flame rift suit, we're gonna put them kind of right where we're standing. Over in this area near me. Try to overlap the circles, but not each other. Nice little tight clump, tight clump. Tight clump. That worked. Murder the ad.
AOE incoming.
Oh, watch the fire.
Shockwave. Taunt boss.
Near the old fire puddles. Ad's coming up.
What's the red chevron on your head meaning? The eyeballs.
Gotta take the red circle you have towards the other fire puddles and just stand next to it because you're gonna spawn another fire puddle. I have a question. Does he keep pointing the wrong way, or does it just
It's
point
random.
in a random?
It's random. Yep. Got a random person.
AOE incoming.
So then we just gotta get out of the way of that. Cool.
Taunt
Army of
boss.
Flame soon. Kill these ads quick, 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 quick. 3 seconds.
Special
Here we go. Get ready to switch to the ring. We're gonna do this one right here. I'll mark it. Focus down skull. Leave down the other guy.
I
Don't
really
touch
love
the
this
fire line.
mechanic.
It's death. It is death. Back
It's
up.
100% death, I can tell you.
Funnel through. Back into position. New flame wrist soon. Those are the red circles with the eyes. Get them over to the previous puddles. Gotta get those red circles over to the previous red circles, please.
Stack high.
If they're targeting you, just kite away.
AoE incoming.
If you can try to kite towards melee.
Shockwave.
Would be very helpful. Then they can cleave down.
For destruction.
New flame rifts.
Rally to me.
Taunt boss. AoE incoming. Taunt boss.
Cleave down the end. New flame rifts. You guys might want to move forward a bit. We're kind of keeping the fire
Shockwave.
this way.
For destruction.
Flame rifts. Puddles to the other puddles. New ad.
Stack high.
Item towards the melee. We have flames soon. We're gonna have to switch targets. One that's a little bit ahead of us. New skull. Make sure we're backing up. Funnel through. Get back in position. New ads will go towards the new red circles will go towards the old fire circle.
AoE incoming.
For destruction.
New flame rifts. Take them to the puddles. You guys are doing a great job.
Rally to me.
Taunt boss. AoE incoming.
One ad still up in the back.
Shockwave.
Leave.
For destruction.
Flame rifts. No, there's a pillar position issue.
That was funny.
High.
That was funny. I'm sure it wasn't funny to whoever it happened to, but it looked funny from over here. Bring the ads up.
Shockwave.
Leave.
For destruction.
New flame rift.
AoE incoming. Taunt boss.
New ad.
Surround our enemies.
Special coming.
Go. Make sure you back up if you get too close to it. Funnel through. Back in position.
AoE incoming.
For destruction.
Fire.
Stack high.
Rally to me.
Ad's coming up.
AoE incoming. Shockwave.
Leave. Finish off the little ad. New poodles. Poodles. New puddles over there. Oodles of poodles, everyone!
Kind of like this.
AoE incoming.
Boy, with the poodles already. There we go. Can we get a mass
He
res?
did.
Okay, as a reminder, if it is an upgrade for either of your specs, you can hit need. It will sort main spec and off spec based on your loot specialization that is set. If it is not an upgrade, or you cannot use that type of gear, please hit pass. If it's a side grade or things like that, you're like, well, I would, but I'd like somebody who needs it more, like, then press grade.
Do I need to release and come back?
Am I
Or you should be working on a heal. A res. What,
as,
barely?
since there's only 3 of us that need the crossbows, am I able to hit need on this crossbow that has the speed added to it?
Yes.
You can hit need on both, and if you accidentally get both of them...
Well, I can't need
It won't let you get both.
I can't need on the one that doesn't have the speed upgrade on it.
Yeah.
I have it already.
Oh.
Question, it shows me that it's there, but I can't click on it. Why?
What shows you what is there?
The crossbow.
You didn't need.
Hit need.
Hit need, buddy.
There's no place for me to hit it.
Should be a list in the middle of your screen.
The list in
Each
the middle
item.
of the screen doesn't
No,
list
he's
the
looking-
crossbow.
he's
It lists it up there in the items where
He's
I
looking
just...
at it in the
cycle
loot
through
window.
all
of them.
Too many people are talking.
He's
You
looking at it in
probably
the
there are
loot
more
window.
items. There are more items than you can see. So pass on the ones that you don't need that you can see, and it should pop up.
Let me show you where.
There it is. Do I hit need or greed?
Need it if you need
If
it.
it is an upgrade for you, you should hit need.
Okay.
And you can hit need on both because it won't give you both. It will give you one or the other. Also, make sure everybody loots the boss so you get your primal chaos and your gold and your rep or whatever else is on the body. Ancient vault artifact, that's the other thing.
I have a question.
Yes, Serdor.
If there's other stuff in there I can use, do I go ahead and click need on it too?
If it is an upgrade, yes.
Will that keep me from getting a bow?
No,
Nope,
sir.
it is all. We're currently using the internal game system, so it just rolls and does all the rolls behind the scenes. And we're going to keep track for a couple of weeks to see if the loot spreads out evenly. And if it doesn't, we'll go back to our old system.
You got both crossbows and the cloak.
My screen is showing me that Manane won the plans for the plate chest. Is that?
So what I would say is, I still can't see. I still can't find the loot roll screen. I don't understand why.
It's not a separate screen, Ro. I think it's just happening in the chat amidst all the other stuff.
Yeah.
It is.
I put it in a
I have
separate thing.
I have a loot rolls.
It's still glowing for me, and if I click on it, all it shows is the plans for a chest piece
So,
and
Yeah.
a shoulder piece that's plate.
yes, it will do that until all of the loot gets assigned. So, what I would like to know, do we see the rolls between, I assume, Barely and Roach for...
So I only see the person who won's roll. I don't. People who rolled might be able to see their own.
I can see them all. Who do you want to know?
I rolled 9.
I was just...
Did I get
I
any?
was just... Oh my
Okay.
god, you all have to stop talking at the same time.
Okay. Question.
What's up, Serdor?
Can I trade this stuff that we just got?
Yes, you can.
Who the bow? I got both of them.
Right, so I think we should have Roach and Bear roll off for the one with speed, and you can keep the one without speed.
Without what?
Without speed?
According
Okay.
to what I'm looking at, they both got speed.
So much for it not letting you get the same piece twice.
Well, so, but the problem is they didn't roll on it because they literally couldn't. So he won that one because he had no competition.
According to this, they're both identical.
No, one has speed and one does not.
Why don't can you share your
Hey,
screen so we can move on to
read
trash
this
and I
to you.
will.
Let me read this to you. On the outside,
Hey, Sirdor.
I would way prefer you just share your screen for me.
Just share the screen in the chat like we do when we're trying to troubleshoot something, okay, buddy?
And we can move on to trash while we do that.
Is this the right
Everybody
trash?
get the other stuff?
No. Wait.
the
Are we going
only
to
way I
private
know
now?
We're
to
going to
share my
console.
screen is to go to Discord.
Yes, that is what I would like you to do.
Did somebody get the mail?
Did that work?
Yes. I don't see anything left on the boss, so like it's not sparkly anymore. So I think Chubby got the plans and
We got the plans and the shoulders.
There was a.
I am looking.
The cloak too, if that's what you're talking.
Who got the cloak?
Sirdor
did.
did.
Surtur.
So Sirdor got all the loot.
No,
Not
just,
all of it.
just 2 bows and a cloak.
Pause for just a second. Okay, Surtur, show me the 2 bows while we move on for trash. Okay. So that one that's in the bag on the right has the one that's on the right. I'm pretty sure you can hover over it again. Has speed, and the other one doesn't. So in the honor of loot distribution, we'd have you keep the crossbow, the one on the left, and give the one on the right to either Barely or Roach.
If they even need it.
On the extra speed, but it's not like the end of the world.
Says to give it to Bear.
So that one that's on the right, you should just trade to Bear. And then you get to keep the cloak. Because it's an upgrade for you, I believe, right?
I don't know where he's at.
Well, follow me and we'll go up to the trash. I've told everyone else to move up to the trash because, you know, it was taking us a minute. You can come follow my green triangle and we'll go find Bear.
Okay, I've got 2 boxes on my screen I don't know how to get rid of now.
Hit escape?
Okay,
He dropped
that's still letting everybody see my screen?
I mean, yes it is.
So just don't surf porn right now.
I think he probably shared only the Warcraft thing, so it should be okay.
Sirdor.
Case.
Not that anyone should be surfing porn while we raid, but
Third or what?
What, that's not allowed? Wait.
I mean, we have no strict rule, but attention would be appreciated.
Yeah, we only
Okay,
have a rule
I
against
don't know,
showering.
numbers look pretty good.
Now, Ro, was I supposed to give him the one on the right or the one on the left?
Right.
The one that you are hovered over right now. Yep, that one.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
How come I can't put it anywhere?
You gotta put it in the top of your pane, so not in Barely's pane, but the one on the left.
I can't see one on the left.
Just right click on it, or just right click on the bow. It'll put it in the trade check.
It should do that.
Well, I'm clicking on the right one, and I'm clicking the right, and it won't go anywhere.
Alright, why don't you try...
Well, my problem is everybody's faces that's in the raid are all in that side of my box, and I can't see anything over there.
Hey, Sarah.
Okay, yep.
What you need to do is turn off your overlay.
Turn off what?
Turn off your overlay in Discord. So if you'll go...
We don't know how to do that.
It's easy. What we're going to do is we're going to go to our Discord. So, click your Discord window, and then you're going to go to there's the gear at the very bottom where it has your name and the microphone and the headphones, and there's a gear. Click that gear. Then you're going to scroll all the way down on that menu on the left side. You're going to scroll all the way down, and right there at the bottom above What's New and Hype Squad, it's going to say Game Overlay. Click that Game Overlay. One thing you can do is where it says Display Names, I would set that to only when speaking. And that way it'll show you who's talking, but otherwise it won't have that list in your way. Does that sound right?
Because with 30 people, that's a lot.
Overlay to what?
So down in the middle of that screen where it says display names, right now yours is set to always. Click that middle button that says
Res incoming, stay put.
My cat?
Well, I can't actually see your screen, so.
Yes, except it's not gone.
No.
Hang on just a second.
It's all these names is what I'm looking for because they're all in that screen and I can't click on nothing.
I understand.
We're trying to fix it.
Okay.
So, did you go to the game overlay setting?
Right.
Okay. Now, do you see avatar size? That top one?
Yeah.
What's it set?
Small? Large and small.
Set it to small.
Okay.
All right. And then the next setting down where it says display names.
I got it while speaking.
Does it say only while speaking? Okay.
Yep.
And then
the other one down says display user says always and only while speaking.
Change it to only while speaking.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Now you can take your res, Serdor. Perfect.
Now, where'd Barely go?
Ran away to more trash, so we're gonna head up the stairs there. Thank you all for your patience while we troubleshoot today's loot problems.
I
Up the stairs.
He shouldn't have been able to win both.
Well, and it shouldn't. The problem is that you couldn't roll on the other one.
They did
so
roll
it
on the
gave
other one.
him. But they couldn't roll need on the other one because it was considered not an upgrade because it was equal to what they had.
Oh.
Yeah, but it let me roll need on it because it was an upgrade.
Right, for the speed one, but what I'm saying is the other one, you and Roach could not roll need because it's what you had. So therefore, because Sordor hit need...
He won the lower version first and then
Yes.
basically got an
And then-
upgrade on his
yep.
own roll.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Which is why, I mean, it makes it so everything is still tradable so we can fix the problem, but it's kind of a nightmare, and we'll see if that happens again, because I really don't want to have to spend 20 minutes troubleshooting the World of Raid.
My problem with the two bows is they both read identical to me.
They're not. There is speed on the one on the right. Trade Barely the one on the right, and we will be good.
Can you still see my screen, Ro?
I sure can.
Okay. I'm sitting on top of the bow, which opens that box above it, out there.
Yep, that is the one you're going to keep.
That's the one I'm going to keep. But do you see
Mhm.
right? Well, I can't do it. Over where it says crossbow, right beneath it,
Uh-huh.
it says speed 300.
Yep. That's not what I'm talking about. So when you know where you see the green numbers where it says crit and mastery, this
Okay.
one says crit,
Yep.
mastery, and speed.
Okay. So that's the one I'm supposed to give away.
Yes, please. And then you should be able to just right click it and it should go right up there. Perfect.
Now
Should be good for trash though.
now I need
Yeah,
to
sorry.
say. Is there any in the guild?
Nala's gonna run out of snacks because we spent so much time not killing and healing stuff. Gonna need to refill at break time.
Okay, so what I did was gave him the bow that gives him speed, not the bow speed.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you've got that bow for you, which is still an upgrade for you. Plus you got a cloak.
Yeah, and the cloak got me a better upgrade than anything else did.
Well, that's good then.
I'm trying to work in the guild, but don't drop fire on my head. Trash.
Oh right, we figured out
This
which one
trash
we
was just
fucked.
terrible.
It was awful. Yeah.
I think it's the
forgot
lava
for-
mancer, isn't it?
No, we decided it wasn't. It was the emissary.
Lava
They
bear?
were emissating. Remember, emissating the fire.
Right.
Do you need the workbench to make the thing?
Yes, but I have one. Wait, for which thing?
I need a
Scope? I can't make that yet, but maybe somebody here can. I have a workbench if we need.
I'm wondering. 30.
That trash sucks.
I think it was the Lava Mancer. They have an interruptible. I think it was like Lava Bolt.
So the problem is that you can't just wait to roll on stuff if we're using the loot roll system. And we were trying this for 2 weeks, but it seems to me the clear consensus that everybody thinks that's a load of shit and would like to go back to what we normally do, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine for my bags. I've got some issues. We'll work that out.
But since the way that it works now, we could just like Withers could be in charge of rolling need on everything or whatever.
That is true. Okay.
Delegate.
Let's do
delegate.
So even if it's an upgrade for you, you can still trade it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Rose, you want to go ahead and share your screen and I'll show you all the things you can vendor?
You roll need on things that you can wear.
Okay, are we ready for this boss?
Yes, please.
So remember there's 4 of these bosses, and they do not share a health pool, and they do have to die at the same time. I guess this is mini-boss first,
Oh, right. I forgot about that guy.
Are we clumping them up?
We will. This is the mini-boss,
so
though.
two of them just spam cast, so they're hard to stay clumped up, but if we can get people on both to keep them interrupted, they'll stay pretty clumped up, so yes. Multi-target and cleave is great for this fight.
Also, remember, no fishing.
Seriously.
Yes, no fishing. Somebody else spoke and you were really quiet and I don't know who it was. So, I apologize if I did not acknowledge or hear what you said.
Who falls into its icy embrace? Your faces.
I'm assuming that wasn't a boss.
Forever.
Nope, these are the set up gauntlet before the boss.
Right, there's 4 of them. That's why I said
Gracias.
something,
4
'cause I
elements
was
in all.
looking the other way.
What's the trick to avoid getting frozen?
On the
Double whale
boss,
roll
it's
you
dip
in.
your toes in the fire.
The earth opens.
On the mini boss, I
do
think
the
it's not
force.
getting pulled into the blizzard.
Ice, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, this is 3. Look at his tiny little head. Like, you think the other thing is his head, but actually his head's inside of a head.
Right?
Oh, what? He's got a really big hat.
Yeah, I guess.
I think so.
I think it's kind of his shoulders.
really dope, like, hood, you know?
I am not telling you, Ed.
Or he looks like he has Goku hair.
That's an ass hat.
Like Ball Z vibe, you know.
You realize if you don't tell him, he's not going to DPS and just run around the whole time looking for a frog to click on.
No, he won't, because otherwise he's doing a huge disservice to the other 29 people here, and we wouldn't do that.
Wait, I can fish a frog up.
No.
I know. It starts hard mode, people, if you're wondering why we're not fishing.
Yes, and then we have to reset the whole thing, and it's going to waste more of our time. And we want to finish this so we can go crush Taros. That dude's a dick. Which what else?
Nothing.
Well, here's an excellent example of what happens if
Okay.
you group up on the boss.
So this lightning happens in the fight too. It is contagious. It is an STD. Do not walk it on other people. Way better to stand there and wait for there to be room than to run it over everyone else. Let me get a mass res and back up. Back up. Back up. Back up.
No, Cass, I don't think they did.
Run away.
They did not
Run
back
away.
up.
Sorry, there was loot. I had to pick it up.
Yep.
The sparkles
It
the
reset.
sparkles compel her.
I'm gonna need a res here in a second.
Yep.
When she said run away, I turned around right into the lava.
Res incoming.
Rose DPS is gonna be so low from her hands just sitting, or her head just sitting in her hands the whole time.
Seriously, I'm like, last week you guys were so calm and collected, and this week I feel just exhausted.
We need food.
Sure, Serdor.
I have a theory.
What's that?
I'm not sure I should share it.
Okay, then you can whisper me.
Once this boss is dead, is the lava fish cool stays and we can do the frog?
The frog is part of like the hard mode of this fight, so it's the same thing, but we don't want to do hard mode.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe
I have a problem. I lost 49 meals of food.
Well, somebody else can put down food and we can look for it at halftime.
We'll look for it later.
maybe we can do the frog once we have this down on farm.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody else put down some. That is not that food. Okay, cool.
Yes, that is food.
Okay.
Look what
Looks
you
like
did.
a hot
Well made,
adventure.
bro. Forget what food is.
Okay. So, Embar has a frontal cone. The tanks will try to point him away from the group, but mostly just don't be in Embar's front. Interrupt Kadros and Dathia. Kill them all at the same time. So we have our earthen pillars, which spawn near us, so we all want to stay loosely spread out along... Hold on. Along this wall, and then we are going to go clockwise. So we'll move here, and then we'll move towards orange and go around the circle. So you want to stay close to the wall and close to the previous pillars so that we can get them to spawn not in the center of the room. We are going to get the conductive lightning STD. If you get that circle, you must carefully and slowly, without putting your lightning on other people, make your way to a rock to ground yourself and get the lightning off of you. Do not just turn tail and run lightning over 45 different people, please. If you have it and people are in the way, kind of move right up next to them. They should move out of the way, and then you can get to the pillar. If somebody's coming at you with lightning, get out of the way.
Where is the pillar?
When the meteor... The pillars are going to be hopefully around the edge of the room from where we were standing.
They're not there yet.
No, they're not there yet. Okay. No. We are going to get something called Meteor Axe, which is a big red circle. It is a split damage feature, so we need people in both circles, and then you got to move out of the circle afterwards. So split between the two, stacking it, and then move out. It will break any rocks, so we want to put those next to the rocks because we don't want all of the rocks up because they do damage. When the blizzard happens, you are going to gain frost stacks. At 5 stacks, dip your toe in the fire on the floor to clear your stacks. If you do not clear your stacks, you end up stuck in a frost tube and we have to waste our DPS getting you out. And yes, we do bear. Okay, questions. We got this? No, we've really just been letting people eyeball because not everybody's in the same spots because we're loosely spread out.
I really wish
Sorry,
I could
Shani,
think
what?
of a very... No, I was just wish I could think of an obnoxious question to have asked then, but could not.
Yes, that is also true what Atrium said. So if your choice is don't clear my lightning debuff or don't clear my frost debuff, please stand in the fire.
Which one of these do we kill first?
We kill them all at the exact same time.
Oh, Lord.
Everybody said they were ready.
They did.
Shamans, remember we were splitting out another melee to switch between Kadros and Dathia to keep them interrupted.
2, 2, 1, 1.
Enjoy your final moments.
We are over at Yellow Star. And here's your hero.
Defensive. Torn force. Range 5. Defensive.
Lightning. Try to get to a thing, but don't stand on other people. Clear them when you can. Remember, you want to bring the fire to the pillars to break all but one of the pillars. Nobody stood in my fire.
You just stand in those,
I
don't.
feel like you forgot that.
I stood in it.
Watch your step.
Well, that's what happened then.
Fire.
It looks like somebody ran a fire all the way away.
AOE incoming.
Yeah, that was me.
Somebody did, but not.
What's your hunter?
You mean your axe is an 8?
Oh, God, don't forget to dip your toe. I know you just said that, but I'm.
Oh, is it icy? Sorry. No, I missed
Oh,
the frosted
okay.
bit. I was busy shaking my head at the fact that I died to the meteor axe.
I didn't make it to the fire.
Defensive. Taunt burst.
Lightning is in soon, so loosely spread out.
Range 5.
Carefully and
I'm down.
slowly drop your. Can we get up? No, both the tanks are down. We'll just start over.
Defensive.
So we really need to have fewer people in the center of the room because we want the rocks on the edge, not in the center. So, edge. Stand edge.
By fewer, she means not in the center.
So why do we not?
It is a bagel or a donut, and if you go in the middle, you fall in the bagel hole. Don't be in the bagel hole.
So we don't want to be in the middle because we have to clear the pillars with the fire. We want to be able to move all the way around the circle or we're going to run out of room to put the fire.
Watch your step.
Fires go away. They're not.
I feigned death and they still killed.
How about we just do what Rose says? Like, I'm sorry to be an
I vote
ass,
for
but
that.
like, I have researched the bosses, I have come up with strats, and I feel like nobody is listening and everybody is questioning me all night long. And I know that's not an accurate representation of the stuff, but
Do we release and come back?
Nope, we can get you.
Mass res coming.
I'm not gonna blow me up. Okay.
Kella, I think it's using like a wrong mic or something. All I can hear is your music. I cannot hear you talking.
It's a dance party.
Accurate.
Boots down.
Nope, it is
Still
still
a
just a
rave.
rave, Kella.
Okay, I'm gonna need a minute to get up from my chair and dance.
And if it is on, don't hold it down.
Yep. Alright, everybody got their buffs and stuffs?
No, I just got here. I released Mr. Food.
Big bowl in the middle. It looks like Tamka.
Now it is just louder rave music.
Yep.
Even louder rave
Louder.
music.
Even louder.
think her mic is broken because she was talking before, and I think it is somehow picking up something else. I don't think Killa is just playing
It's like
rave music on purpose.
Your webcam mic, or you've got rerouting and some software pointing your music output at your.
But we will let you fix it after we kill this boss while we are doing trash, because we are ready for the pulls. I know you are, Killa. You can fix it after this pull when we kill the boss. Oh, well then type it, Killa. So the fire comes from the meteor axes, and we want to drop the meteor axes on the majority of, not all of, like leave one rock pillar, but the rocks to clear them, because all of the rocks that are up are doing damage.
And then you said people need to stand in it too? Like, do we split it?
Yes.
Yes, it is a split damage mechanic. So everybody should be standing in a fire circle, and then once it goes off and there is fire on the floor, move out of the fire on the floor.
Okay, so both move it to the pillar and stack and share it.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
In both of them.
Yes, but not like both at the same time. But to both things. So don't run away with it and then split groups.
I instinctively
everybody said they
ran
were
away
ready.
with it like a fool.
I know you did.
Just want to make
So it's
sure
okay to overlap them, but don't be in the Ven part.
we don't all stand in one and let the other person die.
2, 1, 1.
Enjoy your final moments.
We are at the yellow-orange wall.
Watch your step. Defensive.
Pillars are coming up.
Range 5. Defensive.
Okay, lightning is coming in. Spread out. Let the lightning people get to the things. And if you don't have lightning, get out of the way. Remember, try not to run like a crazy person, because that's how we end up with lightning everywhere. Let some people clear it and let them get out.
Yeah, you tried to pull back. That doesn't well.
I'm gonna res on.
Well, I cleared it 4 times and it still killed.
Because we were really just passing it back and forth between everybody.
AOE incoming. Defensive. Taunt boss.
Meteor axe in 5.
You need that opal.
Oh, the dippies.
Oh shit.
I missed dippies.
Yeah, for some reason. Fighting
The
so
chaos!
chaotic.
The chaos, I tell you! Jamie's dumb. We don't have a res.
Defensive. Range 5.
You're quiet, but I can hear
You're
you,
like
not music.
super duper quiet.
Far
but
away,
I can
maybe?
hear that you are saying words, but I
Yes.
can't actually hear what they are.
Watch your step.
We could fall over and try again here. Okay, so we need to stay a little bit more spread so that when the lightning comes out, we don't spread it like the plague. Maintain our social distancing. And what I will say is, perhaps, outer ring and half the second ring, but don't be in the very center. So we do have a lot of people, which means that there is a lot of space when we spread out, so...
Playtime is over.
We're gonna run away from the thing because it blows up. Running away from the bosses. So I would, can we get a res for people who didn't get the savior? So I would say, well, so some of that bears, we need to make sure people are giving people space and time. Not everybody can clear at once. So once you clear yours, you need to get out of the way. If you have one, you need to wait till there is room at a pillar. But this last time, they were awfully close against this wall. So that's why I was trying to say, I think if we kind of aim to be, just on either side of this ring with the fire lava, it'll be okay. I just don't want us up in the center.
Yeah, no, it's like I
we're gonna run into a problem of running out.
dropped it, and every time I tried to get out, somebody else was adding on to me. I literally got it 6 times just trying to get out.
That's because there were 800 of them and it spread too far. and only about half of that was position. Usually there's supposed to be like 5 of them, and there were like 30 of them. So some of that was the mechanic, and some of that was the position. Chubby, did you get the res?
Testing 1, 2.
That's better.
There
A little bit better.
Switch to a different device. I'm going to switch back and see if it changes it.
Ready for food?
No.
Sure.
Talk again.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're far away.
Nope, you're very far away.
Is anybody ready for food?
Yes.
Yes, we are ready for food.
All right, I'll use the webcam.
I didn't get yes, we were ready for food. I got talk again, Kella. So I didn't know.
All right, I had said yes. A couple of people had said yes, but it must not have come through over the other stuff. Gonna make us all dance around our chairs at break time because we're all a little tense, myself included. I apologize. I'm gonna loosen and limber up.
Really, what are those clamps for, Ed?
So a little bit further away from the wall with the swirls for the pillars, and really and truly, let's spread out a little bit more. Not over the whole room, but a little bit more, and give people space and time.
Yep.
That's better. To clear.
I don't know how it's better, but okay.
But it is.
I mean, it doesn't have the clarity that you had when you started the night, but I can hear you and understand you, which is what we need.
Good times.
Everybody said they were ready.
We lied.
5, 4,
Please don't lie.
3, 2, 1, 1.
What fun! Shall we play?
Watch your step.
Pillars are coming up.
Taunt boss.
Loosely spread out. Lightning herpes in 3.
Range 5. Defensive.
Give room to the people with the mark. Clear and get out.
If you have a boss on you, can you bring it to the tanks? Because I cannot get aggro on everything when they're everywhere.
Make sure we're interrupting to bring them in.
Defensive.
Think it's possible
Defensive.
we are having some latency issues with the lightning. Maybe it's just me.
Watch your step.
But I'm seeing people like teleport with the lightning, which is making it really hard to avoid people. Is anyone else? We can fall over the tanks are dead. Is anyone else experiencing this problem?
Yes, I saw somebody at the pillar. I clearly thought they dropped it and they ran it right on top of me back at the boss.
Defensive.
I would say they did not know.
Defensive.
It can sometimes take like half a second to a second for
Yeah.
it to actually drop off of you.
I have a soul stone.
So it's not just
They
like
did.
touch and go.
Right, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about literally and truly, like, I think there's a clear path for me to go, so I start to go, and suddenly somebody is ahead of me, like, when they weren't there and I couldn't see them moving there. They just, like...
I've definitely seen people moving around not being animated. Basically just like moving like a static figure. There's some sort of lag issues, yeah.
Which is weird, because my latency seems fine, but okay.
One of the other things that I kind of noticed is that you've got the tower, so you run over to get rid of it, and my inherent thing to do is to run at it, watch it drop, and then turn around and head back to the boss. But there's other people running at me that have it that are trying to get to the same pillars, and there's kind of like a narrow path between the lava and the wall. And so like I just stayed at the pillar until everyone headed at me, had dropped it, and then we could run back. Because if I just
Or we
turn around
run through it and come out the other side.
Right, but there's no bosses on the other side.
Well, no, but I mean, it's not really that much farther to run. I'm just saying if we don't try and go back through the group, maybe that will take care of our logjam problem.
Show me, did you get... Okay, got it.
If you're worried about it, the pillars do not
sec.
get LOS. You can be behind them and still attack the bosses.
If you're not... If you're ranged and not melee. Aaron, did you find the right direction? It's the leftmost tunnel. Okay.
It's done it.
Well, and some of it, that's why I was asking if anybody else was having weird latency issues with, like, people just showing up, because that is the problem, particularly when it's on a lot of people, is trying to get in and out without touching people, and that's really hard to do if people aren't registering correctly, so.
I'm not seeing anybody doing that. I'm just seeing myself.
One more bear. Then I would do what Nalu says and just stay put, because running it around and giving it to other people is worse than just having the healers heal you. Well, and it stacks, right? So, like, one lightning stack isn't terrible, but if people are running over you and I end up at 3, I'm gonna die, so. Okay, Karen is back. Here's a ready check. Yeah, but we don't want all of the people to be doing it, or it is going to start to be a fair amount of healing. So if you can get to the pillar safely, awesome. If not, stay put.
Honestly, if people could target Opalfang or Ember first, I think that would help be able to gather them. And, like, give it a second, because they're very spread out.
Yeah. The DPS for a second, let them gather about. You don't need to go gung-ho right off the hop, guys.
Chubby! I lost my chubby! As soon as Chubby is back and ready, we are good to go. Chubby decided it was break time, because Barely asked. Okay, Chubby's ready. We're good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1.
Enjoy your final moment.
Interrupt.
Thank you.
Into position. Pull fangs across the room.
And then I lost Stealthy. Yeah, okay.
Defensive.
Fuck you, lady.
We just run sometimes too. Spread for lightning.
I can interrupt while I still have aggro on her, that'd be great. Thank you.
Meteor axe is coming in.
Taunt boss.
Want people in both groups.
Defensive.
And out of the fight. Much better. We're gonna move a little bit so we can put the pillars right next to the old fire. Good, good, good.
AOE incoming.
Blizzard, get near the fire. Dip it 5. Dip and let's get a res on flame. Lightning soon, spread out. And try not to be like right next to the pillar so we have room for people.
Defensive. Watch your step.
New pillar. Let's try to put the fire on the ones that are like right over here. Yep, meteor axe. Need people in both circles. And out of the fire.
God damn it.
2 minutes till we can get flame. Don't think Cheney will live through.
Defensive. Range 5.
Lightning, spread out. If you can't get there, don't worry about it. Better to go through the fire though than not. So.
Defensive.
You'll burn nicely.
There's dead Cheney.
Defensive.
That was better. So the problem I'm having is that we really kind of need to move So as you can see right now, all of these are in the center of the room. And if we were to take the fire, first of all, it's hard to get the fire all the way over here to the center. But even if we did, we would run out of places to be. So I'd really like us to be in like a little rectangle that kind of slides around the outside.
Range 5.
You'll burn nicely.
But that was definitely better. And we can die. Maybe someday I can die.
Watch your step.
And then we'll go on break. And then
Defensive.
we'll come back and kill the boss.
Are the pillars ever placed on tanks or only on the group?
Defensive.
Only on the group.
Yeah.
You were not up to the challenge.
Defensive.
I can res when people, unless he kills me over here. Oh.
Incoming.
Icy embrace.
You were not up to the challenge.
Frozen to perfection.
Range
Bask
5.
in the power of
Come, sister. Our mistress awaits.
Alright, reset. Here comes a res.
Yes, it did. Res incoming, and then we'll go on break. I don't know if it's going to reach all of us.
Fire goes away after 2 minutes. Okay. I was like, I swear the fire does go away, but I was trying to figure out what was causing it to go away.
Yeah, it's just a really long time.
It says leaves behind scorched ground on impact for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So they
I
go
think this fight was like 6, maybe?
I'm gonna need somebody to bring me back from break.
Well, we've got Warlocks, if that's what you mean. Night, Chubby! Okay, break timer going up. We'll be back in 7. We will kill these guys. Everybody do a little dance around your chair.
lying in bed and
I'm gonna go
not
punch a pillow.
feel discriminated again. Not in a chair. Yes.
Alright, checking to see who's back.
I'm not.
I'm just being back at their computers. Can one of the warlocks give us a summon stone, pretty please?
I can't figure out how to get back there. I can't ride the dragons.
But we're gonna summon you, so it's fine.
Okay.
Jeeves is up.
Where?
Drop food.
Sure. Yep. Barely, did you get your summons too?
Yeah.
There's a Jeeves.
I guess
Pick
mine
your
wasn't good
Jeeves,
enough.
people. Pick your Jeeves.
Can you guys hear me?
Prepare your gear. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just took me a minute. You just sounded a lot less like Kella than normal. But I got it. I got it now.
Do I sound like me now? Or
No. I mean, I know it's you, but it's not the voice I'm used to because I think the mic is different.
There's a little more atmosphere, room noise around you.
yeah, such a
Space.
webcam mic instead of the directed mic of a headset, which is what I was using. But I have absolutely no idea why it changed. I have no settings. I
That's
didn't
weird.
fuck with anything.
Alright. So everybody had their food, everybody repaired their gear.
Air, do you still have some rockets, or do you need some?
Yeah. So I think we spread out for the lightning and then we're not moving back in. Yeah.
Are we supposed to oil our shafts?
Oil it if you got it.
So I ran into a rock, and someone behind me was like headed at the rock, but then like stopped and waited for me to move. And I was just standing there figuring they could run on top of me, and we would both be clear, and then we could run away together. Is that like I realized I should get out of the way, but I was kind of surrounded, and like I had to. Anyway, is it okay if I just stand next? If someone's standing at the rock, just standing there to run on top of them, or is it gonna?
It can put it back on you is the problem.
All right, so once I drop it, it's incumbent on me to GTFO.
Yes. Well, and safely, not just through other people and pick it up as you run out. So like don't pew pew away or whatever.
It's random spin and chi torpedo.
Yeah. Still don't do that.
Monk roulette.
Yeah, I don't think people should be using many movement speed buffs.
Yeah.
Because I had somebody
Because
literally
it can
like
sneak up on people.
jump onto me, and I got like 5 stacks and died.
Yeah. So let's just cautious and careful, and if you can't get there, stay there, and the healers will heal you.
Does
We
it
can
fall
spread
off
out, but as
eventually?
soon as
Yes.
it does eventually, it's a pretty long cast. But if it's not everybody in the raid, it's not. It's usually healable. Okay, and we're gonna spread out, but then we're gonna come back to the outer ring for the pillars, so the pillars don't all end up in the center. Because the fire will not clear quite that fast.
So if I get the 5-yard warning, I can just rocket off in the middle of nowhere and stand by myself and not cause a problem, right?
Yeah, but you gotta then rock
except-
it back so that the pillars don't end up way off.
Well, yeah. I have
And that
to
when
in
you're
order to take
rocketing, you're not
damage.
shooting through everyone else, and the healers can actually still reach you.
And boss hitting.
Alright, everybody... No, just chaining. Okay.
5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Blood feeds the earth.
Into position. Let the tanks get things placed.
Appreciate it.
Killers coming in.
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Alright, here's her. Spread out. Lightning
Range
coming
fire.
soon.
Defensive.
Fire coming in soon. Want to clear 2 out of the 3 pillars. Try to get the ones in the back, maybe.
Defensive.
Split the damage by standing in the poo.
Defensive.
Okay, new pillars, so make sure we are... You gotta move out of the center as soon as we do that meteor spike, because the new pillars come in right after. For those of you who are in the center, you are in the wrong spot, and you should reevaluate your life.
AOE incoming.
Blizzard coming in. Get ready to dip your toes. Dip-de-dip.
Stack high. Stack high. Stack high.
Meteor axe coming in. Free flame.
Defensive.
I'd say you guys can move after this because we need to spread out a little bit more here.
Range 5.
Inductive mark.
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Okay, new pillar.
Defensive.
Oh my god! Didn't mean to get for that.
Come on.
Alright, and out of the fire. Can the tanks move a little bit more? We're kinda... We need more room between us and the fire, typically speaking.
Defensive. Taunt boss. Interrupt. Range 5.
Nope, 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 nope.
Watch your step.
You were not up to the challenge.
Defensive. Defensive. Taunt boss.
Make sure you move back to out. Don't get in the middle. People in the middle. Not in front of the bosses. Back behind them.
Yep, if we need to, we can certainly make the tanks give us a little bit more room, but...
Defensive. Taunt boss.
You don't have to go to a pillar either with the fire. We can just clear the fire, leave a pillar up for the lightning.
Defensive. Taunt boss. Watch your step. Defensive.
Get caught back up with the tanks.
Should I move to the other side of those pillars or just stay here?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's that. Except you're gonna Primal Blizzard is soon, so you're not
yeah.
gonna do that yet. I'll watch the timing of that, I think, before we do that.
Defensive. Taunt boss. Stack high. Stack high. Stack high. Range 5. Watch your step.
Pillars?
Defensive.
Stacks?
Defensive. Taunt boss.
People in the middle. Maybe come towards the outside with the rest of the group.
Defensive.
Yep. We have lightning
Taunt
soon.
boss. Range
Gim
5.
and Barely, can you move to the outer edge with us?
Defensive. Taunt boss.
I've got Mark. I'm gonna
Watch
just
your
kill him.
step. Defensive.
Can we get Chinny up? I think we could get Drax up too. I think we have 2 reses. Except Drax may be too far away from you guys now. Ember is the one who needs more
Defensive.
love and attention.
Defensive.
At the moment.
Twinned boss.
Axes. It's just stacking them. I have some problem with some AoE damage stacking up here. But pillars soon.
Watch your step.
Tank's down again.
Defensive.
Oh, all tanks down. Weep boop. Toss a res on a healer, don't take it, and then we'll have a mass res. I'm not really sure what is different about our positioning, but something different is happening by comparison to last week, and I'm not really sure.
This fight is so chaotic I couldn't even begin to guess.
Defensive.
I mean, that was significantly better,
Any
though.
chance you can get a res on a healer? It was significantly better. We're just, so part of what's happening is we're clearing the pillars that are close, and we're leaving all these pillars behind us. So it would be really good if we could clear the pillars behind and leave the one in the front for us to clear our lightning, because you can't run 3 sets of pillars back.
I don't
Yes,
know
we
if it's
were.
If it's a
We were staying on this side last week.
the mechanic is as designed, but like it's
Dang 'em.
a dick move. Like I got lightning and I went. The pillars were a ways away, so I went to them. And on my way there, it dropped another one in the middle of the room because that also came on me. I was like,
Right, so the timing for those are a little bit weird at the moment.
But that will also be better if the pillars that are up are the closer ones and not the farther ones.
Jen, actual question.
Run
why
out.
are we even clearing the pillars? What do they even do?
They
They
do damage.
radiate raid damage for every single one that is up. Take the res now if you want.
Take the res, but move.
Yeah, moving is good. There we go. Refresh your lock rocks. Well, I'm fine if we want to try like a pie slice, but we gotta stay in a pie slice. We can't have people halfway across the zone. Well, then they do on heroic. Or they've changed it since. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because why wouldn't you just leave them up then? That doesn't.
No, everything I read says the pillars deal constant
Yeah.
damage to the raid and need to be destroyed with the meteor axis.
Well, then they knock you back.
Have we still got somebody dead out there in the middle of the floor?
No. We do not.
Well, I just wondered because they're lit up and I can read it.
Who is it?
It says wasp.
Say it's probably somebody's pet then. Well, we want to practice heroic mechanics because we're going to get to heroic eventually, so. Okay. So I'm fine if we want to try like a pie slice. Like you can be a little closer to the center, but you cannot be further than the pie slice. Over. Let's try to get the fire on the pillars in the back so that we can use the front one to clear lightning. Yeah, I think the tank should give us more room though also. I don't know how to help the tank. I can just say move, but like I do think with this many of us, we are a little cramped for space when you guys are staying that close to the pillars.
would it make more sense if they tanked more like around that middle ring?
So that the melee can all stand in there and get the things to spawn in there? I don't think so. Or at least I assume that's what would happen.
Yeah, that's what would happen. No, it's just a matter of trying to keep on how close the pillars are and stuff, and backing up from that because it's a constantly
And hard to
moving
see with boss crush in
change.
your face, right? Well, and we're getting better, so like we're cool. It's all fine. We also have only killed this once, so I mean, we're all still learning. Not everybody was here then. Make sure everybody's actually in the room, though.
And in fact, it went horribly, horribly, horribly until it went just not horribly enough that we killed it.
That's true.
Kind of like that last pull.
Uh-huh.
Forgot I was doing the interrupts.
5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Blood feeds the earth.
The tanks get aggro. If you can't let the tanks get aggro, learn to count to 5.
Defensive.
Spread out for lightning.
Failure to comply will result in the initialization of the you spank it, you tank it rule.
Clear marks.
Why the oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry, Flame.
Meteor thing
Move out a
coming
little
in. Let's
bit.
try to leave the one at the very front alive. The ones in the back.
Defensive. Taunt boss. Defensive.
That is opposite of what I wanted, but that's okay. I would rather leave 2 up in the front than 1 in the back. Get flame up, please. So like this time,
Defensive.
get ready to dip your toes.
Boss.
Try not to break purple when we do the fire. Dip your toes. Go dip it.
Taunt boss.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I fell in the goddamn motherfucking lava. There we go.
Defensive.
I think it's possible Kadros is running around.
Vincent, I think maybe has aggro or somebody in the back.
Yeah.
Guys, move it to the tanks. Don't run it the wrong way.
Defensive. Watch your step. Boss. Defensive. Taunt boss.
Let's break some of these pillars.
Leave the pillars near the boss up.
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Spread out. We've got really no way to get to the pillars very effectively, so. And the new pillars are in 5 seconds. That might work.
Watch your step.
We'd have to make sure only one person takes it at a time. Okay, get back into the pie slice, because pillars are ending up everywhere.
Okay.
I would say leave this front one up, try to only clear the back one, and if we have to, just put the fire not on a pillar. That's okay too. I think Embar is behind at the moment.
Defensive.
Do not blow up those pillars. Do not blow up those pillars. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Range 5.
Need to be stacked for those.
Defensive.
No. Man, too far away. Too good to try to clear the back.
Yeah, that's just not doable. As melee, that's just...
Defensive.
Yeah.
Taunt boss.
Well, once they get too far away from us, it's really hard for anybody to do it. So. Like, all these ones clumped up back here, we can clear this next time, and we can leave this one up at the front.
People in the middle move to the edge.
Taunt boss.
Got the blizzard first here. Yes.
Defensive.
Yep.
Range 5.
I don't really mean it, but man, Taros is looking good right now.
Watch your step.
It feels like we have way too many people, but we literally have like 4 more people than we did last Thursday, so that really makes no sense.
Defensive.
I really don't see where the pillows are doing damage.
They are not doing damage.
They're not on normal, but they will on heroic.
You'll burn nicely.
Defensive.
You guys could just die.
Range 5.
There's only like 4 of you alive.
Frozen to perfection.
Defensive. Watch your step. Defensive.
Playtime is over.
We have somebody who has a res, or are we running backsies?
I do not. I'd say just stay dead if you're a slower class. We'll got some healers running back.
Oh, 100%. This boss is chaos and terrible, and really, I think, much easier with a smaller raid group, but we got it. We can get it again. We just gotta get the mechanics under tow. And I think stop panicking when we get the lightning. So, like, I think it's a range 6, right, for the lightning? 5
3.
yards. So if you set your range to 6, then... and you are 6 yards away from everybody when it pops up, it shouldn't spread.
The time between when the add-on says range 5 and when it pops up is like, I look down and it's on me. It seems really
I've
short.
been trying to say lightning in 5, but I can try to say it better. Whether it's transgressed, did you guys get the res, or were you like really far back?
We're ready.
Okay, cool.
For food.
Yep. Because I think if we start at 6 yards, then it'll give us a little... because right now what's happening is it goes on people, but you're already at 6 yards, so then they try to spread away from you and they back into somebody else. Whereas I think if we can pre-spread to the 6, I think it will help a little bit.
Like, if we just always try and be 6 yards away from people, it's weird.
Yeah.
That's a really great thing unless you're melee.
I mean the range.
Right,
not
I
the
mean,
range.
you guys... range
Melee-
type, always different life problems. And what Nalu said is true for actually both the fire and the lightning. Like, don't try to yeet across or use movement things to get where you're going, because it makes it really hard for other people to anticipate your movements. And we need to anticipate movements of our friends in both the lightning situation and the fire situation. So while it is normally good, it is bad in this situation.
I feel like if I don't,
And let's try to
I'll
leave-
throw off people's expectations.
No, it will not. I will love you for forever. And yeah, if you don't have a clear path, just stand and wait, and if a time never comes, then the healers will heal you. And with the fire, if we can, remember, it's better if we don't... it is better to put the fire to the side, like even right up on the edge, than it is to clear our front pillar, because then we have nothing in range, and people try to run really far, and then the lightning goes everywhere.
And then we have to share the soak on the fire pillar removal circle thing, right?
Meteor axis, yes.
Sure, let's try a pull with the pillars in the middle and see what happens.
But just to clarify, so if we're going to do that, everyone's going to stack in middle for this? For all of them?
Just... yeah, like, just be able to be more spread out for the lightning, too. Just helps people keep,
I don't know.
especially the 6 yards.
I have no idea what that means, but okay.
It's fine, we can put the pillars wherever. Let's see how it works.
2, 2, 1, 1.
Enjoy your final.
It's gonna solve a problem, we can try it.
Watch your step. Defensive. Taunt boss. Defensive.
It'll be a hot second until I can get fucking thing.
Meteors?
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Can't run them off on your own, you're gonna get killed.
Watch your step. AOE incoming. Defensive.
Blizzard, ready to dip your toes.
Staff defensive. Dark Taunt boss. Defensive. Taunt boss. Range 5.
Lightning. Pillar soon.
Defensive. Taunt boss. Defensive.
Do we have a res?
We do, I was kind of saving it for the tank.
Yeah, let's save it.
The tank seemed to go down a fair amount, so.
Defensive. Taunt boss. Range 5.
Lightning.
Watch your step. Defensive. Defensive. Taunt boss.
More damage on Ember and Opal.
Stacking time. Oh, no, you ran away.
Range 5. Defensive.
Just stand there, because there's nothing to clear it.
Yeah.
Watch your step.
Chira's on Cheney, please. Defensive. Stop moving, please.
Defensive. AOE incoming.
Blizzard, get ready to dip your toe.
Defensive.
22 seconds if we can keep Cheney up.
Range 5.
Lightning.
Watch your step.
Nope.
Defensive.
We get a res on Drax, we can, Don't take it though, Drax.
Defensive.
I don't really know what was different, but that felt less chaotic.
Really? It felt totally terrible to me, but that's alright.
I lost track of where everyone was moving, and I was out of range of the tanks half the time.
I was out of range of the fire soaks, I was out of range of the pillars, it was... But I am a creature of habit, so if everybody else wants to do it this way, we will figure out it, whether it's a
I
problem.
got way more lightning put on me this way.
That it?
I know this
Tank
is.
swaps and die is bad.
I know this doesn't help us for the heroic, but I think if we're doing this strategy where you're just dropping the things everywhere, then the strategy also has to be don't blow up the pillars because they're not doing damage anyway.
We don't blow up all the pillars.
Blow up the ones in a way, but
I thought they said the pillars were doing damage.
They do
They do on heroic, not on normal. Fuck my life. Could a warlock summon me? But what I know is when we have to relearn a fight on heroic, we typically struggle a lot. That's why I tend to try to like a heroic strategy on normal, even when it doesn't impact us, because then we don't have to relearn and change the fight. That is typically why I do the things the way I do. Because it's really hard to relearn a fight on heroic. Thank you for the summons.
I think we just need more frog.
More frogs.
Yeah, maybe the fog is the strategy.
Maybe we could try with the meteors, like only the person who has it in range blow up pillars, and then the one that's in melee, because it seems to normally be split.
Yeah.
The one in melee just stays stacked in melee and don't
That
blow up
makes
pillars
sense.
at all.
That seems like a good idea.
And then we
where
can
would
we can
people like to
progress
stand?
on blowing
Because
them up later.
This higgledy-piggledy thing really made it really hard for me to know where the heck to stand.
It might also help for the blizzards to have one in melee.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Have one
Yeah.
near the bosses all the time.
I don't even think Albert Einstein could figure out this box. That stupid chaos.
So, can we go back to the pie slice? Like, I won't yell at you if you're in the middle of the room, but, like, maybe not just be spread over the entire circle. Because I don't know if healers were having a hard time being in range, but I was having a hard time being in range of my healers. And I felt like people were using their movement stuff way more when we were all. So if we could just, I'll let you spread out more, but, like, if we could still have, like, a general vicinity, I would at least find it really helpful. It's like, I don't know that I called out half the stuff for that one because I was too busy trying to figure out where I was standing. And I'm pretty sure that the healers out DPS'd me that pull, so. No, we don't want people to yell at people.
Just calling stuff out, but rather it just be Ro and the tanks and not 5 different people calling 5 different things out. It's hard to concentrate.
Kelly, are you ready? Karen, Vincent?
So we're going back to pie slice just to be sure.
Yes, we can do pie slice. You have a little bit more room, but please just don't be everywhere, because then I don't know where we're going. I'm sorry, Cheney, I wasn't up there to interrupt. Sorry, bringing him in.
Watch your step.
Healers.
Toned boss.
Lightning thing is coming in, so give yourself 6.
Defensive.
Try to interrupt Dathia here. Lightning soon. Remember, range can stack to the back, melee can stack to the side. Try to leave one pillar open. Pretty sure that's what's next, yeah.
Defensive. Toned boss.
And then we can just move it.
Onto.
I mean, they did say that is literally what we said when we were talking about the strat. But maybe like the edge so it doesn't go on the tank. The tanks need the extra damage.
Yeah, fair.
Blizzard soon.
AOE incoming.
I'll harrow after the blizzard because I forgot. Dip.
Stack high. Stack high. Defensive. Toned boss. Range 5.
Spread! Oh god, I'm so sorry. Sorry, barely.
Defensive.
New pillars soon.
Toned boss. Defensive.
Dathia is currently the helps. Stand on me. Is currently the highest. And I think tanks can move a little bit here.
Defensive. Toned boss.
Lightning soon, spread out.
Range 5. Watch your step. Defensive.
Meteor should be soon. Let's keep the one on the left. Maybe.
Taunt boss.
Kathy is still ahead in terms of her health. Behind. Whatever.
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Meteors?
Yeah, meteors in the water. Lava, whatever.
Range 5.
Oops. Can we get a res on L? Oh, we should wait a minute. We have one to hold for the tanks.
Interrupt. Watch your
I'm
step.
sorry, Mord.
Interrupt.
No, that's my man. Should just stop.
Defensive.
I was trying to get out of your way. Can we get a res on flame?
30 seconds. No, sorry, don't listen to me.
AOE incoming.
Blizzard's coming in.
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Ready, dip your toes.
Defensive.
Dippity.
Taunt boss. Stack high. Stack high. Stack range 5.
Spread!
I love the way you dip it. No dippity.
Flame is gonna.
Watch your
Got it. Res in 7. Please stop moving with the lightning. You're
Defensive.
killing me. Should have a res now. Stacks in the fire.
Defensive.
And a res on flame, please. Oh, nope. Cheney down. Took too long.
We have a red.
Defensive.
I would just say just wipe it because we don't have enough for 2 tanks.
Defensive.
So you only had 2 pillars up front, and we killed both of them, and now all of them are 1,000 yards away.
Yep.
I feel like the goal of killing the pillars is
Defensive.
working against
Watch your
us.
step.
We were supposed to leave
No,
the
you
ones
just
in
need
melee
to
up.
do it the way I say it.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like, I get that this is hard and it's chaotic, and if you get the mechanic, like, it's all but like, if we leave the one closest to melee up, like I have suggested, it will be fine.
Nothing
I
but
was kind of agreeing with you.
Also, if you don't know where you're walking with the mark, please don't walk. Because they're just aimlessly walk through people.
I don't know. I really don't know that that's the issue. I think there's a weird latency situation, at least for me. Like, I 100% thought I was out of Mordrog's way, and we just...
I feel I've been seeing a lot of people aimlessly walk into me.
Maybe you should move.
I mean, I have been targeting you and then running at you every time. Is that not what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, no, that's me too.
No, I'm not a pillar.
I thought this was get Kess back for all those leaps that he did to L time.
Hey, I actually saved L with a leap there.
You did.
It's all that practicing I've done with leaping all.
I appreciate that.
In order to
Okay,
avoid
and
the
yes, we do need to
electricity,
keep...
I learned
Nira,
that
where's
if
my
you-
Nira?
I learned that if you blink just right, you can blink inside pillars.
Is that useful? Also,
To
can
him.
we have a Jeeves?
I mean, it makes
There's an
it so
auto
that
hammer down over here.
the electricity jumps off of me immediately.
Okay. Can we have... No. Can we get a summon stone? I think L accidentally hit the releasey button.
Also,
Couldn't reach me
You
because
pulled a
I was
row.
in the lava on the other side.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
also a repair would be nice, unless if it's already...
Right here by the food.
Okay.
On
See
row.
the jumping red guy. And the jumping row.
Well, now I'm gonna eat food.
Since
That's
Kess
not
is
a bad
jumping, we
idea,
know
Andre,
he-
for some of us. Selenium Fates might be helpful. No, it was still better. We need to keep them a little bit more even, but we are getting in the right direction. We just gotta make sure we don't clear all the pillars up near the melee. And really and truly, like, the one that's up in melee doesn't have to be on melee, but, like, you could even just take it to the edge and have people, like, on the edge side of the boss and have people stacking it so we don't blow up the pillars. They are bigger circles than they look like, too. Alright. Is everybody repaired? Everybody's gotten food? Everybody's wiggled their tenseness out? Oh, wiggle, 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 yeah. And what Barely said if we could clear Discord during the fight, other than tanks, healers, and myself, unless you have deeply important information to say. Hello, entree.
And by deeply important, it's like, oh god, Ro forgot a mechanic.
Yeah. Okay. Right, doing the thing for Cheney. Okay.
5, 4, 4,
What?
3, 2, 2.
I wasn't in range
1.
to interrupt.
Oh.
The boss doesn't go places. Alright, shut up, bro. Boss time.
Yeah, legs.
Watch your step.
Pillars.
Defensive.
Lightning in 5, spread
Turned
out.
boss.
Get your 6. Yards.
Range 5. Defensive.
Carefully, carefully.
If you're in front of the pillars, please move.
Fire coming in.
Defensive.
Kiss, did you
There
clear
you
your...
go. There you go.
It's fine.
It's alright. It eventually goes up. Good job not blowing up that other pillar. New pillar soon.
Watch your step.
And blizzard soon. So tanks may want to move.
AOE incoming. Defensive.
Dip.
Defensive. Stack
Dip, dip.
high. Stack high.
Nice. New meteor coming in. Really have one in melee at the moment.
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Just FYI.
Range 5.
Spread out. And if you can't get there, just let the healers heal you. Should have new pillars coming in.
Taunt boss. Defensive.
Meteors.
Don't kill the one up front.
Don't blow up the one in melee.
Right.
Okay.
Alright.
Down
Can I get all up? Oh, okay.
Defensive. Taunt
This thing
boss.
needs guardrails. Spread for lightning.
Range 5.
If you can't get there, just stand still.
Watch your step.
New pillars. And then we're gonna have axes again. Axes clear the back, leave the one up in melee if we can. Yeah, they could move into the center of the room a little bit if needed for the next axe as well. I'd say my timers are not quite right.
Defensive. Taunt boss.
Here they are.
Lightning in 5.
Don't kill the pillar.
Range 5.
Move out of the fight.
Defensive. Taunt boss. Watch your step. Defensive.
I actually think Blizzard is soon, so... Oh, both the tanks just...
No, death is
Whoop.
now.
Yep. We can get one up. We've got 35 seconds till another one.
Incoming.
Pretty hard to get aggro back, but we'll try.
Defensive.
Help Janie, bring them to her.
Other way!
Oh, Blizzard, we're all gonna be
I'm
ice
gonna be
cream.
ice.
Again, better.
Watch your step.
Al, do you keep on getting knocked off by the pillars?
Defensive.
No.
Oh, okay.
We could really. I don't know why I end up so close to the edge, but it just keeps happening. But we really don't need to stand quite that close to the edge, Al. I will try for your sake to not do that so much.
I was unsure if she got knocked into the lava that pole, or if it was someone else that said
I have no idea.
Are you kidding? What? The answer is obvious. At some point, Elle just says "fuck it" and turns and points her body at the edge and walks off the edge and goes, "I don't know what happened."
People could die.
I wouldn't blame her, to be quite honest.
I sadly don't know that we have time for another pull, but we can go to the world boss and get some loots.
Cool.
I mean, we'll do this one on Thursday.
So, can I make just a point that I
I
noticed
thought
on that
Thursday
last
was
one?
going to be mythic.
Nope, that's on Friday. 1 second. What transgress?
So, just a note for the next time. If range are standing where a pillar comes up, they need to get away from the pillars if they don't have the lightning, because they're blocking it from everybody else.
Yeah.
Something I tried and it seemed to have helped a little bit on our longevity is I mainly focused on tanks with L with the side supply on raid. So I know it's a little bit less heals on raid, but people seem to did better in avoiding mass damage.
Yeah. Well, and we could switch back to 6 healers. This isn't a DPS check in any real sense, so.
They're all DPS checks.
Here's I've kind of a bonkers idea. What if on that boss, when we have this big of a group, we split into like 2 groups of 15, and then go each kill it?
No, just
And then-
no. And we're gonna go do the world boss, so we don't need any more suggestions. You cannot just.
So while we are getting to the world boss, I can certainly talk about, or Eller Killa can, about why we don't do 2 raid groups, even for something when we're both running at the same time. But like in that situation, if one group struggles and the other one doesn't, like it's a whole shit show. And when we have to do one group and the other group, then it becomes the good group and the bad group, and people get judgy about what group they're in, and it just becomes a whole situation. And that's the guild we left to create this guild. And I know that 30 people is making this fight in particular, and some others a little bit challenging, but like we will get there.
We killed it the other night. We can do it again.
We did. And actually, that pool is looking much better overall.
Once I turned on the friendly nameplates, I realized I'm like, there's a ton of people in melee.
We do have a large
We got a lot of melee right now. Don't worry, melee people get tired of it.
Bro, are you still in the raid itself, or did you exit to go to the world boss?
Yes.
Yeah, but
No, I'm in
let
the-
me tell you,
the
as a
world
healer,
boss.
I prefer a lot of melees. It's much
stand
easier
behind
to
Roach.
heal.
Stand right here.
But I'm not in the raid.
Oh, you said you did go to the boss.
Yes. Sorry.
Do
What
we
turn
need
are
to
you
get
on?
out of the raid group?
Nope. We're going to the world boss.
We need, I mean...
No, I think that's a really important point, Narian, is that we really did, as frustrating as that... Where did I go? As frustrating as that fight is, like, we did make progress. I don't remember. I lost it. Now I can't find it on my map.
Onarin Plain, just north of.
Trinkets, yeah.
Can I make a comment
Is
on
it right at the edge of Onera Plains?
Trinkets, yes.
Yes.
From the healing of the
Between
fight?
that and the Azure Span.
I'm again.
Yes, Cass, what's up?
The thing about it is that if we had 6 healers for every pull of that fight, we still would have died at the same point each time, or the thing would have been ruined at the same time. The main thing is that I've noticed with this fight is that I cannot heal like the tanks, because it's an issue of the tanks made one mistake with a swap and now they're dead. Like 6 healers isn't as important for this fight. It's really just the mechanics, and we were getting way better at it.
Trinkets, yes. Pretty trinkets.
Okay, where the fuck is this?
And also, I would like to say the reason why I'm saying like, oh, the tanks messed up, is because I hate this fight. I dislike how it's designed. I really hate this fight.
Smooth.
Yeah.
Right? That's Captain Smooth.
I had to reiterate that like it's not a slight against you or Flame. It's a
Guys,
slight against the boss.
guys, get out here quick. There's a turtle with a duck on its head.
Very important. How do we leave the raid? Where's the goddamn door?
That's hard.
There were portals.
Yeah, there were a bunch of portals.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll switch the loot problem, so that's not a problem. Really try to start on. Some of the problem with the starting on time is that when we have a 30-man group, I've got to make sure that we're inviting in order, and that eats some time. But if people are on it at invite time, it makes that go a lot smoother as well.
10 after.
Yep.
And you could really be on at 7.
Oh no, 100% Nalu. It's just
Or
that I
whatever.
usually wait until 8:20 to fill the last 2 spots so that I don't give them away to somebody.
But, bro, if I may suggest, why don't you delegate that task to someone else that will be on at 7:30 every time?
We're all
You
terrible.
can-
What task?
It's based on the lockout, and Ro usually is the one who holds the lockout.
Yeah, no, we can do that. I don't mind starting trash before everybody's there, as long as, like... I mean, the first boss is difficult because we had the whole, like, shoot 'em a jigger or whatever thing, but...
No, but
Mustard or where you did.
the purpose behind what I was
Or
saying
not, 'cause he
is
didn't know where in the hell he was supposed to be going, and he dropped right in the middle of a whole bunch of guys.
Okay, so get
Yeah, but-
alive and we'll summon you. Sorry, Milt, what were you saying?
the purpose behind what I was saying is to lessen a little bit of the pressure on your shoulders, because so far you have been shouldering almost everything in the raid. So by having little tasks assigned to people, it would just spread the pressure on more than only your shoulders.
The problem with that is I'm often the only person who knows who contacted me to say they were going to be late and who did all the other stuff. And also, in inviting people to... I appreciate the sentiment, though, Milt, I really do. Inviting people to the raid is like the least stressful part.
Okay, but you can apply that to other stuff, like the loot. If we go back to loot roll, you can...
Well, she's 100%
find
going to put
someone
somebody
for
else in
that.
charge of that. 100%.
I don't have the bag space for this.
Nope.
Yeah,
Figure it out.
Thank
Thank you.
Get that.
It's just an
Who else
idea
will
like
need
that.
summons? Yeah, I appreciate it, Milt.
Are you saying I get all the loot?
Man,
Cool.
I must have sounded really grumpy tonight. All y'all are whispering me saying it was such a good raid and you all love me. I'm so sorry I was so aggressive.
You weren't aggressive, you were stressed.
I wanted to scream because that fight is so visually overwhelming, and then everyone is talking.
It really is. Yes,
Maybe
we need a
turn them
little bit more focus. Where is, like,
Is this
not
all we're
to...
gonna have for? Is this all we're gonna have for the boss?
I mean, for the big group.
Roach, you gotta get off. I was supposed to look at your boomkin self.
Actually, where is the boss? That's a good question.
It's dead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna spawn right on our heads. Good to know.
Something like that.
Oh, you do look a little bit
It
like a little
spawns
boomkin.
kind of over by
right?
It spawns over by the waterfall over there, I believe. Because it blew me
Okay.
off the waterfall earlier.
Is it really a reward of 948 gold?
If
And
you
a
go
chance.
right up,
Yes, and a chance.
you go right up to the top over there. There's a whole bunch of great big guys. They like to jump on you. That's where I was.
Wait, so there's... Yeah, but the problem is, I think the only option is to mute everyone, and I do like it sometimes, like in the Taros fight when Nalu calls out the other things, and I think my only option is to, like, literally mute everyone, although I think it's possible, there's a thing, I don't know how to set it up, I suck at tech, to, like, mute everybody when I am talking, but...
You can play favorites and turn half the raid down and you at 200%. That's what I do.
Well, I would like everybody to be able to hear me, and I do not mind if you turn people down some. You do have to be able to hear them, because when we are not on a poll, and people are talking, and people talk over other people, it adds to the chaos, and it hurts people's feelings. So you cannot turn people down all the way.
That
I think
straight
you should just roll mass mute out on a poll, with the exception of the tanks.
But we can't.
You can give it a try, see what it's like.
No, but like we technically cannot.
Oh, you can't. You mean in Discord, there's not like an owner of the channel that can control what goes on there?
You can't. Like,
I think I would have to literally go through and mute
manually
individuals.
everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
a
the
setting
one that
in-
mutes when I'm talking, but oh, sorry, Ben. What are you saying?
There is a role setting that makes everybody much quieter when you're talking in Discord.
Where's the world boss?
Well, supposedly here
We're
someday.
waiting for it to respawn.
Taking a nap.
It's waiting on the respawn. Well, and I would agree with what Nalu said. It'd just be really great if we could all learn some impulse control most of the time. Which I know is not this guild's strong suit, but we could get better at it.
Right, like you have an impulse to keep coming back and subjecting yourself.
Our lands are under attack. Tend to those.
Well, and it's so some of this is also that here he comes, I think, is that it is difficult. We really have we want to have fun. Like this isn't like, you know, mythic raiding world first. This is super serious. We don't want to have fun, and trying to balance that with being serious is difficult sometimes.
Oh, by the way, this boss sucks.
Oh, great. Okay.
Don't stand in the
Everybody
water.
should have push to talk. Oh, don't stand in the water. Okay, that's good to know.
Don't stand in the water. At least when he does the
Lightning thing.
shock water, which does sound
Good
like an
changes
energy
then.
drink.
It does sound like an energy drink. But yes, we typically, I actually don't know that we've ever let anybody not use push to talk in a raid, because it becomes really auditorily defensive for a lot of our guild. So to raid, you really need to have push to talk. It's just that some of us just push to talk a lot. Like myself included. I keyed up like 3 times when I didn't need to key up during that fight. Oh hell. Like that. I don't need to key up for oh hell.
When I was frustrated when like everybody kept running the circles onto me and I was keyed up for it instead of just speaking.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I think sometimes it might be good if we actually listen to people cursing our names for talking too much. Like they're quietly not keying up while screaming at their computer for everyone else to shut up.
No, I don't do
I
that.
take my headphones off.
That does happen to people. But we could all perhaps just work on being a little more conscientious of our noise output, particularly during a fight.
Rose said to the entire planet.
Myself included.
Azeroth just said, what?
Azeroth just said, really? You're just going to leave this sword here?
Apparently. This guy sucks. There's so much lightning. I'm really glad this monkey
Naders.
wasn't following me around the raid.
When you get that little blue circle around, you do not run into the bottle.
And try not to run over the tanks.
Should I run into my friends though?
How about getting knocked into the water repeatedly?
I don't know, do you have the circle?
Because the naders?
Yes.
Oh man.
Don't do that.
Just as a reminder while we're finishing up World Boss, this week's raids are weird. We don't have a Saturday and Sunday because of the holidays. So, check it.
Are we picking up a weird day? Like Friday or something, right?
Yeah, Friday. For Mythic Plus night for people. Which means that if you can't make it, like, it's cool. There are tons of people on because of weird times, so if you can't get a Mythic in and you can't come Friday, let us know. We'll try to find people who can run with you. No guarantees, but
I'm telling you,
We
Friday,
will
I'm
try.
pushing if I can.
that's okay.
Get more haste when you're get hit by the circle though.
I figure you'll be standing there then, won't you?
Not read the... little blurb on this?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't usually for the world bosses. I'm a real big slacker.
World boss is the only ones I read the blurb for.
I don't
Yep, okay. So it's official. Mordrug gets nothing off world bosses. My hunter gets everything.
Of course.
2 weeks, 2 pieces of loot.
Yeah.
I wish it's all personal loot, so we can't trade it. Sadly, I really wish we could trade. Drive me crazy. We can't trade. Thank you guys for the world boss.
I didn't even get any money off the world boss.
It throws it into your bags. You got 900 and some for completing it.
Hey, Cheney.
Ah, you finally remembered. I was even gonna try and get you. Ah.
Why do you think?
Night, everyone. See people
Night.
Thursday.
Take care, guys. Thanks for the run.
If anyone's still around, Anthi said, just wanted to tell y'all that I believe in you and I know shit can get stressful, but you'll get the hang of it. And also she said, I feel like this raid